What defines purpose and success in life? Is it wealth, fame, power, or perhaps something more profound? This question has perplexed humanity for centuries, sparking debates and shaping philosophies. But what if the answer lies not in our modern world but in the ancient wisdom of Greek mythology? Picture Hephaestus, the Greek god of fire and metalworking, laboring at his forge, hammering away tirelessly. His story, one of resilience, creativity, and purpose, is a timeless allegory. It's not merely about the god of fire and his forge, but about every individual's quest for meaning and accomplishment. Success isn't just a measure of wealth or power, it's about forging your path, shaping your destiny, and finding purpose in your labor, just as Hephaestus did at his anvil. It's about the spark that ignites your passion and the flame that fuels your perseverance. Today we delve into the story of Hephaestus, the Greek god of fire and metalworking, to seek answers. Born less perfect than his divine siblings, Hephaestus was cast out from Mount Olympus. His story begins not with fanfare or celebration, but with struggle. The only god to be physically imperfect, he was rejected by his own parents, Zeus and Hera. In the solitude of his exile, Hephaestus found his calling. He turned to the forge, shaping the raw elements of the earth into objects of unparalleled beauty and function. His craft became his solace, his purpose. He was not a god of war or love or wisdom, but a god of creation. His hands, though marred, were capable of crafting wonders the likes of which even the divine realm had never seen. His loneliness was profound, yet it was also his forge, the crucible in which he was shaped. He was not a god who was served, but one who served. He provided the tools that enabled the other gods to fulfill their roles. From his hands came the thunderbolts of Zeus, the chariot of Apollo, and the girdle of Aphrodite. He was the unseen hand that shaped the divine narrative. His was a quiet triumph, not won on the battlefield or in the courts of power, but in the heat of the forge, in the heart of the earth. He was not celebrated for his beauty or his strength, but for his skill, his creativity, his ingenuity. His worth was not in his physical form, but in the work of his hands, in the fruits of his labor. In time, Hephaestus returned to Mount Olympus, not as a pariah, but as a respected member of the divine pantheon. His journey was not easy, but it was meaningful. It was a journey of self-discovery, of finding worth in the midst of rejection, of creating beauty in the heart of pain. Despite his physical setbacks, Hephaestus was able to forge a life of purpose and success. His story is a testament to the power of resilience, the value of hard work, and the enduring beauty of creation. It is a tale that speaks to us, reminding us that our worth is not defined by our limitations, but by our potential to overcome them. Much like Hephaestus, many of us face challenges and setbacks in life. Life, in its unpredictable nature, often throws curveballs at us, mirroring the trials Hephaestus faced in his mythological existence. Consider the story of a young woman named Sarah. Born with a congenital disease that left her legs paralyzed, she was told she would never walk. Sarah, however, had a spirit as unyielding as the metal forged by Hephaestus himself. She refused to accept her fate and, through tireless dedication and physical therapy, defied the odds and took her first steps at the age of 12. Sarah's story reflects Hephaestus's own journey, as he too was born with physical limitations but rose above them to become a revered figure in Greek mythology. Now let's think about James, a man who came from a disadvantaged background. His family struggled to make ends meet, and he was forced to drop out of school at 16 to support them. Despite this setback, James was determined to better his circumstances. He taught himself coding through free online resources, and after a few years of relentless effort, landed a job as a software engineer at a reputable tech company. This narrative mirrors Hephaestus's story. He was cast out by his parents, yet he became the master craftsman of the gods, transforming his adversity into a source of power. Finally, let's consider the tale of Laura, a woman who failed her business venture not once, not twice, but 3 times. Each failure was a blow, yet she didn't let them deter her. She analyzed her mistakes, learned from them, and finally, on her 4th attempt, her business thrived. Much like Hephaestus, who was thrown from Mount Olympus twice, Laura faced rejection but used it as a catalyst to drive her success. Just as Hephaestus did, these individuals have learned to turn their struggles into strengths. They embody the spirit of the god of fire and forge, reminding us that setbacks are not the end, but rather the beginning of a new path to success. What can we learn from Hephaestus and apply to our own lives? Well, we can start by dissecting his story and extracting the lessons that resonate with us. Hephaestus, despite his physical limitations, became the revered god of fire, blacksmiths, and craftsmen. His journey was not without trials, but his resilience, determination, and hard work led him to a life of purpose and success. Let's delve a little deeper into these attributes. Resilience is a quality that Hephaestus had in abundance. He was thrown off Mount Olympus as a newborn, yet he did not let this setback define him. Instead, he used it as the catalyst for his growth. When life throws us off our own metaphorical mountains, we too can bounce back. We can rise from the ashes, dust ourselves off, and continue to forge ahead. Next, we come to determination. Hephaestus was unwavering in his pursuit of his craft, even when faced with rejection and ridicule. He was determined to excel, to create, to bring his visions to life. And so he did. His creations were not just objects of utility, but works of art, admired by gods and mortals alike. We can embody this determination in our own lives, staying true to our goals and our passions, even in the face of adversity. Lastly, there's the value of hard work. Hephaestus was not handed his success on a silver platter. He worked for it. He spent hours, days, years perfecting his craft. He was patient, he was diligent, and he was committed. This teaches us that success is not an overnight phenomenon. It is the result of consistent effort, of dedication, of sweat and toil. In essence, the Hephaestus approach to life is not about avoiding hardship or seeking the easy way out. It's about transforming our hardships into fuel for our personal growth. It's about embracing the struggle, the pain, the discomfort, and using it to forge our own path to success. So remember, embracing the Hephaestus approach means transforming our hardships into fuel for our personal growth. So, how do we forge our own path to success and purpose? Let's circle back to the heart of our story, the tale of Hephaestus, the unsung hero of Olympus. Hephaestus wasn't born with the beauty of Aphrodite or the strength of Hercules. His path was marked with trials, rejection, and hardship. Yet through it all, he found his purpose and achieved success. His story is a testament to the power of resilience, perseverance, and determination. Looking at our own lives, we can see the echoes of Hephaestus's journey. We may not be crafting divine armors or magical artifacts, but we are all skilled blacksmiths in our own right, forging our own paths, shaping our destinies with the hammer of will and the anvil of experience. We face our own fires, our own challenges. But as Hephaestus has shown us, it's not the fires that define us, but how we rise from the ashes. Hephaestus embraced his passion, honed his skills, and used his craft to rise above his circumstances. He didn't let his physical limitations or the scorn of others deter him from his path. Instead, he used these adversities as fuel, stoking the flames of his ambition and determination. We too can apply this Hephaestus approach to our lives. We can find our passion, develop our skills, and use them to overcome our challenges and achieve our goals. It begins with self-awareness, understanding our strengths and weaknesses, our passions and motivations. From there, we can set meaningful goals and work tirelessly towards them. Resilient in the face of adversity, persistent in the pursuit of our purpose. Remember, each of us holds the power to shape our destiny, to forge our own path. Each of us has the potential to rise above our circumstances, to turn our trials into triumphs. Remember, it's not about the struggles